Alright, basketball fans, when you are arguably the greatest player of all time, or at the very least one of the most iconic and dominant superstars the game has ever seen, every single move you make on the court is dissected, analyzed, and often debated endlessly by fans and media around the world, and perhaps no player in the NBA draws as much intense scrutiny, both positive and negative, as LeBron James. He is, without question, one of the most polarizing figures in sports history. There are many reasons why LeBron elicits such strong reactions, why a large number of basketball fans seem to love to hate him, and one particular area of criticism that has followed him throughout various stages of his career. Something his detractors often point to is the accusation of flopping. Flopping, for those unfamiliar, is the act of exaggerating or fabricating contact in an attempt to deceive officials into calling a foul, often to gain free throws or simply disrupt the opponent's play. While many would argue that LeBron's alleged flopping isn't as prevalent or as dramatic as it perhaps was a number of years ago, the perception still exists for some fans, and moments that appeared to support that perception tend to gain a lot of attention, especially in the high-stakes environment of the NBA playoffs. That's exactly what happened in Game 2 on Tuesday night between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves, with the Lakers looking to bounce back after dropping Game 1, and the game itself being a hard-fought battle. A specific play in the fourth quarter has garnered significant attention online, precisely because of LeBron's reaction to it. The play in question occurred in the final frame. Minnesota's forward Julius Randle drove to the basket and scored. As he was making the move towards the hoop, there was contact with LeBron James. From many angles, the contact appeared to be relatively modest, perhaps even light, the kind of contact that happens on countless plays under the basket throughout an NBA game. However, the officials on the floor immediately called an offensive foul on Randle. Now, offensive fouls happen, players drive, defenders are in position, contact occurs, but it was LeBron James's reaction after that contact and the subsequent whistle that has become the focal point of a viral video. After the foul was called, LeBron didn't just react strongly, he went down to the ground, falling and momentarily laying there, dramatically covering his eyes with his hand. This initial reaction, while perhaps a bit theatrical, isn't entirely uncommon in basketball players trying to sell a call or show the officials the contact they felt. But the moment that sent the video into overdrive, the specific action that has everyone talking and has fueled the flopping accusations, happened while he was still on the ground covering his eyes. The viral video clip, circulating rapidly across social media platforms, appears to show LeBron, while still laying there with his hand over his face, briefly peeking out from under his hand, seemingly looking around, before quickly covering his eyes again as if still in pain or recovering from the contact. That specific sequence, going down, covering eyes, appearing to peek, then covering up again, was instantly seized upon by critics. To them, this was undeniable proof of a flop. They argue that if he were truly hurt or reeling from significant contact, he wouldn't be taking a quick look around. This moment, captured and replayed endlessly online, became Exhibit A for those who believe LeBron exaggerates contact to manipulate officials. This incident ties directly into that long-standing debate about LeBron's flopping history. For years, he's faced accusations of embellishing contact. Whether it's drawing charges, reacting dramatically to fouls in the post, or plays like this one, it's a criticism that has stuck with him. His defenders would argue he's just selling contact that is there, something many players do, or that his size and strength mean he has to react more expressively to get a legitimate foul called. His critics, however, see moments like the viral peek as clear attempts at deception. Interestingly, despite the appearance of exaggeration in the viral video, the official call on the floor, the offensive foul on Julius Randle, was actually upheld even after the officials reviewed the play. This suggests that, regardless of LeBron's reaction on the ground, the referees saw enough legitimate contact from Randle to stick with their initial ruling. In the end, putting the controversy aside, LeBron James and his Lakers crew ultimately got the last laugh, where it mattered most, the final score. The Lakers held on for a 94-85 victory, overcoming a significant lead they had built earlier in the game that had dwindled. And more importantly, They tied the best-of-7 series with the Timberwolves at 1 game apiece after losing Game 1. But the viral video of that specific reaction, the alleged peek while covering his eyes, ensures that the debate around LeBron's flopping isn't going away anytime soon. It's just another moment in a career filled with them, where every action of one of the sport's biggest stars is placed under a microscope, analyzed, debated, and often used as fodder for those who love him and those who love to critique him. As the playoffs continue, expect every drive to the basket, every contested shot, and every reaction to contact involving LeBron James to be watched just a little bit closer. Ready for the next moment to go viral? Alright, let's talk about a moment from the Lakers and Timberwolves Game 2 on Tuesday night that has really blown up online. It involves LeBron James, a controversial foul call, and a video that's gone viral. In the fourth quarter of the game, Timberwolves forward Julius Randle drove to the basket and scored. As he made the play, there was contact with LeBron James. The initial call on the floor was actually a foul on LeBron. But after the officials reviewed the play, they overturned it and called an offensive foul on Julius Randle instead. Now, controversial foul calls happen in the NBA, but that's not really why this play went viral. The reason it exploded online is because of the reaction from LeBron James after the contact. He went down to the ground and stayed there for a moment, covering his eyes, and the viral video that's circulating online focuses on that specific moment. The video appears to show LeBron lying on the ground with his hands covering his eyes. And then, at one point, seeming to take a quick peek before immediately covering his eyes again. This is what has fueled accusations of him flopping on the play, fabricating contact or exaggerating it to try and draw a foul. LeBron has a history of being accused of flopping throughout his career. And it's one of the reasons he's such a polarizing figure among fans. So, when this specific play and the video of him allegedly peeking surfaced, it immediately reignited that long-standing debate about his on-court tactics. In the end, despite all the online talk about the alleged flop and the controversial call, the offensive foul on Randle stood. And more importantly for the Lakers, they held on to win Game 2 by a score of 94-85, tying up the series against the Timberwolves after dropping Game 1. But this viral video has definitely put the spotlight back on LeBron James and the perception of flopping, sparking a lot of discussion and debate among basketball fans online. They tied the best-of-7 series with the Timberwolves at 1 game apiece after losing Game 1. But the viral video of that specific reaction, the alleged peek while covering his eyes, ensures that the debate around LeBron's flopping isn't going away anytime soon. It's just another moment in a career filled with them, where every action of one of the sport's biggest stars is placed under a microscope, analyzed, debated, and often used as fodder for those who love him and those who love to critique him. As the playoffs continue, expect every drive to the basket, every contested shot, and every reaction to contact involving LeBron James to be watched just a little bit closer. Ready for the next moment to go viral?